What do we do with that? You're still alive?
I am.
What are your, where do you feel you are with it? You know? What questions still rest?
So, almost the typical first performance for this kind of repertoire. If it was romantic, it would be different. I usually,
What does that mean?
I'm on eggs with this kind of.
In terms of touch control and dynamic, or the rhythm, or with what?
Well, I want to do a lot of things, you know, so I don't do too much all at one time. Same basic thing we've been doing. Except with that piece, you know, I mean, obviously I knew it.
Right. Meaning 101.
Yeah. I mean, now that I go back and I've seen the tapes, I thought I played pretty well. In light of playing in the Beatles.
Well, Richie, actually, the one thing that I would love to respond to, for me, is that while there are two kinds of, you might say, uses of tempo continuity, it usually divides most musicians into two different kinds of partisanship. Those who feel that there must be in every movement or large section of a piece some kind of continuous tempo character, and that while you can bend the tempo in various ways, you can't bend it too much or else you lose the character of that tempo. There are other people who don't mind that the second theme has a different tempo than the first theme, or that there are various tempos, but they somehow address themselves to one kind of idea that carries through the piece, even if the idea is contrasting tempos. What bothers me in the performance is that I feel that the tempo is a little drunk, and that it moves faster and slower within even a small segment. And you know, it's a kind of thing that you don't always do. It's when you begin to feel excitement and the thing spurts or moves, you know, and moves faster and then calms down, you see. Or if it's in a slow movement, it might even be with a run, and it moves faster and then all of a sudden it's slower. And while I don't get seasick, I get a feeling of unease all the time. Now, I'd like to hear anybody else address that point, because I think it's something that if you can control all the marvelous pianism you have, will go into what you're saying.
That's part of the reason, talking about the second theme there with Bonnie. I usually wouldn't play this piece in public at this point.
Well,
But I haven't decided what to do with the first movement. I know one thing, I'm not changing the vocal intensity. I mean, I know it was faster than maybe normal, but I'm not going to compromise with that bum, 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 bum. I'm not going to do that, because it's not the spirit of the piece. I don't care about oratorio or anything. That first movement thing has got to be rigid. And the second thing has to be built around that, because it's the second theme, if nothing else. Yeah.
Has anybody asked you to change that?
No, I'm just not going to do it, because I know, I've heard, you know, I know, I mean, it's, I picked this piece in a way to learn, because I'm tired of hearing the performances that I've heard. You know, that's why I picked it, because I know there's another way to do it. There's somehow got to be a way to blend those two tempos together. That's what makes me upset right now.
I'm confused. What two tempos are you talking?
The first movement, tempo 1.
Yeah.
I mean, see, you know, the opening.
The opening material.
Versus the E flat.
And all the performances you hear have two different tempos.
No, that's not what I'm saying. All the performances I hear are, you know, there's, and I just can't handle that.
Meaning to make it.
To make it so
don't
that-
have differences.
Yeah, frankly, if you really must know, I thought I pulled that off considering where the piece is at. That was
You mean you hear
not
that?
bad today.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8
Right.
bar. The first, you've heard the ninth bar and what continues at a different tempo than the first 8 bars.
No, I'm sorry, I confused you. I've heard the whole first part.
Slower.
Slower. The entire C minor part till E flat.
You know, I think that this piece is an alla breve, which will support you. I know.
Yeah, I think it's an alla breve too.
I think.
Yeah.
But just one little idea, you know, if you heard bassoons in your left hand with those G's,
Yeah.
played them short, it might help your
Yeah.
sense of continuity.
I thought of that. I was trying to make it really, I was trying to get a color there. I think it's a good idea though. Maybe that'll solve it.
It might.
Yeah.
The other thing is, you're a little shy about really following this forte. He has a forte for the first half of the bar.
The G.
He has 4 G's.
Yeah, I know. I do this thing there.
I know you.
I know, I'm not
Really
gonna
forte
do
for
it.
one note.
I'm not gonna do that. That's good. I didn't mean it that way. I like that idea.
What about the opening of the Fantasia?
No, I'm undecided about that too. I feel that these 2 notes are the most important. And this is
I heard 3 notes. What are you talking about?
I mean, I want, rather than this note, I kind of decided for today that it was not as
So you're
important.
talking about balance.
Balance, yeah. I want those 2 notes to emerge through the, I don't know if I pulled it off, but rather than this sound, I wanted this. No.
Dick, would you do that again?
The second one?
No, first one.
Well, this is more bland for me, I don't know.
Yeah. And
Maybe you're not
and
hearing
you
it.
want what? Do what you want.
I want this.
Do it.
Yeah, I don't know if I can.
I see. Okay. So for some reason, you can't get the sonority you want by keeping the note down. You have to like do a pizzicato with pedal.
That's what you're doing, is that right?
No, I don't have to, but that's how I view the opening. It's wrong,
You
no?
know Don Giovanni, you know other Mozart things. Sure you do. You've heard.
Yeah, that doesn't work, right? That opening?
It would seem to be psychologically that you release physical contact with the instrument.
It's nice, that
Does not.
doesn't have attention.
I think. It was beautiful. It even made you hold on to it a speck longer, a nanosecond longer.
Yeah, that feels much better. But what should I do about the tapering? I'm still
Don't
not.
look at me.
But I mean, it's just, forte becoming piano, I think of it getting to a piano. I don't think it is a shock yet.
Well, if you talk to Roger Norrington, he'd agree with you. These fortes have an implicit in the window. They're not kept on.
Yeah, that does.
On.
Yeah. Well, we're
Thanks,
going to.
Pardon me, Leon, isn't that true also of measure 9 in the first movement of the Sonata, where you said the bassoons?
Yes.
Isn't that also implicit in the window?
Yeah, but what I heard was boom.
Oh, you heard the super.
I heard the subito piano after the first day.
Yeah, I overlooked that, I'm sorry.
So would you like that diminuendo in the first 4/8 notes of bar 9? I mean, it might be an interesting Norringtonian
I think that's what I tried to do, yeah.
Go.
But I didn't. But I do it too soon, that's what.
See, we're talking about the fantasy.
Oh, the fantasy?
Fantasy.
Oh, I thought,
No,
no,
I was talking just then about bar 9.
oh, you were talking about that.
No,
Somehow I knew.
if we have this idea of forte being a diminuendo, then maybe we should continue that to the sonata as well. Just saying.
Yeah.
The staccatos work better than this.
Yes.
Not Mr. Norrington is the last word either. I know that's
It's not even the first word.
Huh?
That is already, Einstein already says that
Of course, I mean, many people said it.
I mean, that's the accepted fact that at short range in Mozart, dynamics such as forte piano within one measure or even within two are connected by a diminuendo.
Right. Except for maybe, like we discussed the other day, maybe for some kind of dramatic element or maybe a humorous one, you might change that, right? You wouldn't always follow that.
I have a question that deals with this whole thing. I find that you ignore dynamics so wholeheartedly in this piece, and I wonder why. So many dynamics you simply don't make at all.
Yes, well, it's a new piece, you know, I mean, we've talked about this, you know, and I'm struggling with that. But I mean, I just wanted to get it in, you know, somewhat on performance level, but I agree with you, yeah. But I mean, I'm not purposely ignoring it,
Okay.
yeah.
Go ahead.
I think the tempo for the first movement is great, but did you know that you make consistently a very precise 5/4 bar out of the second bar? And
Yeah,
because the trill
since
takes,
I always
it takes
thought
an
the
extra
trill was
beat.
coming in early, so I held it a bit longer. I know, it's not
No,
precise.
it's the trill. You take an extra beat on the trill, I think. Play.
Yeah, but I think that's, I don't know, unless it really bothers everybody, I thought that was an expressive license.
When I
Do you
really,
feel that has to be cut off?
Richie, when I really liked it was right at the end of the exposition because the left hand coming in forces you to play it in time, and I really like that.
Can I just turn that around and suggest maybe that you started the spec early, if you want to get more notes and
early.
make it more expressive. Somehow, somewhere in the bars, there, you know, there's rhythm within the bar, there's rhythm of the bars, there's rhythm of the section, there's these structural kinds of things that are very important. And I think that when you delay certain downbeats, especially in this music, it upsets it greatly.
Okay,
So rather anticipate earlier the trill.
or less
downbeats there.
What James was just saying now is if you really feel determined about that fast tempo, and I think it's great, it's wonderfully energetic, but to make a 5/4 bar out of that actually slows down your purpose. You know, you
so
want to
it's
make
like-
that.
I was trying to, you know, do something with the trill, but there's too many things happening in that bar. I have to give up something.
Yeah, it's far fewer notes than Rachmaninoff.
Yeah, it's just, no, I mean, I don't mean notes wise. Oh, fewer notes, you mean in the trill?
No, I mean, just generally speaking, if you made a living by the note, you'd be a pauper playing Mozart.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not trying to add more notes. I wanted to kind of, you know, somehow. Sorry. You know what I mean? I could. There's really only time for a turn, technically, really. I don't know.
In my background, that's quite acceptable, and even more acceptable if you want to play your tempo. In other words, if you have to give up things, give up the 2 extra notes in the trill, please, if you want that tempo.
I like that. I think that silence between the forte and the piano is an important moment too. The yum bum, I mean, that,
Yeah, see, and I was holding that silence too long. Yeah.
if you do Bobby's trill,
And playing the trill too long. Yeah. Right.
Let me suggest the larger shape there, not to pause before the piano, but pause after the piano, so that you get a larger shape to it. The yum bum bum bum, ra dum bum bum
For
bum.
the 7/5.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Whoa,
okay.
whoa.
Yeah. So I'll give up the whole idea of taking the time.
You know,
I'll have to figure it out.
no, the big point, I think the big point is to smooth out those kind of explosive energies and, you might say, shifts that seemed uncontrolled or not within any continuity thought. If you iron them out, all this, and put in Walter's, I should say Mozart's dynamics. Right, after all, Walter merely sees them, Mozart felt them, and created them. But if you do that, then all the things that you're searching for are coming to focus. I think that's one of the things I'd like to make a point here, that we're trying not specifically to study pieces, but we're trying to use pieces to learn how to bring the immediacy of a score into, as Leon indicated, not just reality, but in an inspired way, in an imaginative way. And you can't start the imagination going before you get the piece into shape. I mean, in other words, it would be hard for me to approach a piece without considering the dynamics and the articulations as important as the notes themselves.
Bobby, I think that particularly in the fantasy, where it seems the dynamics are almost the entire dramatic content of that first page is all about the forte piano. That bothered me more than, say, in the sonata, where the dynamics have a less structural sort of point to them.
Sure.
Actually, I'm interested, Richie, because I heard it a few hours ago, and you played with much more dynamic contracts. What went on in between, or were you aware of it?
You mean earlier this morning?
Yeah, you played with a lot more dynamic contrast there. And so I'm curious what happened in between.
I can't really say what I did.
Yeah.
I felt more, I played with more dynamic contrast.
Yes, at the beginning, definitely. Played a lot more of the forte piano at the beginning.
Oh,
the
more of
piece.
those?
Yeah, and I think that's what
Yeah.
Stephen's talking about, the contrast, the dynamic, the dramatic contrast. That really surprised me when you came in and started playing, basically same dynamic, and I was wondering where,
I don't know, it must be the stage or something, because I was doing the same thing I was doing in that small room.
Well,
which I
small
should.
room.
Really, that would be hard to believe.
I was. I mean, in the room, somehow the dynamics were more of a shock. I mean, the fortes and the pianos.
That's curious.
I felt a little braver today, so I don't know why. I guess I played louder. I don't know.
No, you mean right?
The whole piece, I mean,
No,
in
I
general.
felt that you were playing sort of a mezzo piano or something at the beginning. It really didn't
Of
have
the
a forte.
fantasy?
Of the fantasy, didn't have a forte.
No,
There weren't any
it
fortes.
sounds like forte at all.
It's smoothing out, Rich. You're smoothing out the constant contrast on the first page
Well,
of 40.
I don't know. Then I have to play louder. This is very simple. I didn't feel. See, to me, this is what I was doing this morning. That's not a forte. Sorry, that's my idea. I don't know. I don't think it.
Richard, why don't you try from where it goes in B major, where you've got the 16th notes on the right hand.
Those don't come up, right?
No, there's no forte.
There's no forte, now you're making a little crescendo to it, so it sounds like a little phrase, like a little hairpin going to subito, subito, yes, deep.
In a sense, what these are great columns of sound for a beat. And then whatever that piece architecturally is called, it then leads to the next column. And there are these series of fortes, they're enormously dramatic. And I think that maybe even the idea of keeping the more forte in the 16th. Rom, bom, bom,
I know.
bom.
I thought I was doing it. That's so weird.
Just do a lot more of it. Just try it right now. Just do a lot more than you think is necessary.
Exaggerated. You won't get arrested.
No, that's not enough. Do more.
That's ridiculous.
Let's do way more of it, yes.
That's so crude. don't know, it almost seems like I'm repeating some musical thing over and over and over. There's no change.
The harmonies change.
Just the harmonies.
Yeah, but yes, I think
I don't know. It seems something, I'm not convinced of it. And I,
Have you ever just played the harmonies by themselves? Just play
Yeah.
the first chords of those and see, experience what it's like to go from one of those harmonies to the next, to the next, to the next. And where do you wind up?
yeah.
The thing is, Richie, you may say, it doesn't do anything for me to just keep doing what everybody's saying, try to do. But what's coming over in your playing is a very lightweight and kind of surfacey skimming of things that are weighty by the very nature of how slow they're moving.
Dan has some.
Huh?
Dan has been having his hand on
Well, it seems to me that part of the reason you're not feeling it, and I could be wrong, but I'll try this anyway, is that you're thinking of the line in the left hand as going to the next downbeat, ya da 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 dum, da 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 dum.
Yeah.
I think you thought of it as yum ba da 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 dum, finish, bum, then next phrase, rather than thinking over the bar.
Yeah.
It might make it more natural.
Oh, I see, like that as a beginning.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Try-
I guess you have to go against what you would normally do there.
Richie, will you try it
More than
again?
like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Try it again. Try it again.
Listen to your right hand. You could even take a little time in the right
It
hand.
needs to be slow.
Yes. Yeah. That's scary, that F minor. Now this is scary.
Richie, can you do me a favor and do it once again, much, much slower? The whole thing? Yeah, it's still too fast.
faster.
I miss the piano ones. I hear the now the piano, but then I don't know if you could imagine them being bowed by two violins or something. Yum, bum, 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 bum. And that the same pulse and intensity keeps going in a softer dynamic in the piano part of the bar.
Yeah. I think that's right, but I don't think I can get it now because it seems like I think I have to try it, over a period of time. Don't you think?
No, I think if you were willing and courageous, you
Okay.
could get it right
We'll
now.
just keep doing it.
No, seriously. I mean, that's pop out. I'll get it over time.
Okay. You want it slower?
Play a lot slower.
Yes,
Yeah.
try and
But
think. I think Leon's
I can't-
word ominous is very important.
think of each single note as a beat.
This is the son
I
and
don't
mother
feel
singing
that
the
it's-
child a
I
lullaby.
can't feel that any slower than that.
Why not?
Your opening tempo is slower than what you just did. Do you right through the very opening? Oh, dee, da, 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 ya, ba, 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 do, do, do. Yeah, you see, it sounds though you think of it like a nocturne, like Chopin. But if it's suddenly wah, 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 it becomes somehow very cosmic almost.
Almost less melodic, right?
Yes.
Much less.
It's faster. Like the same tempo as you played the opening. No. That's beautiful.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it's better, but I
No,
can't.
no, I don't want
I
to be
can't
sure, it
feel
doesn't
it.
do anything for you
I can't feel it yet. I'm doing it like cosmetic, you know.
from outside.
Yeah, I don't feel it at all.
Richie, if you
I don't
thought-
feel any of this
if you
because
thought of
it's not what I thought of in the beginning, but I'm perfectly willing to accept that what I thought of was wrong. You know, it's not that I'm rebelling. I just don't feel this. I don't feel this.
I love that. You want to know something?
Yeah,
Let's say,
obvious. You know, just do something.
wait a minute, obvious?
No.
Maybe you don't know what obvious really is. Obvious is what you did in the first performance. That's obvious. This is special, and I don't care. I'm even going to say, Richie, spend the rest of your life playing so you don't feel it, but make us move. I'm serious. I mean, you'll be doing the music and humanity and yourself a fantastic service.
But Bobby, you're bringing up a very important point that seems to me to be a total contradiction to what we've been talking about for weeks here.
All right, bring it up. Bring it up.
Okay,
I'm not afraid.
that is that you have to feel something in order to be able to project it.
You see, I don't believe. I think he is feeling something. He's just not. He doesn't know how to handle it.
You're hinting now.
But allow me that sophistication, please.
Richie, weren't you talking about the fortes is what you don't feel, the 7 fortes? Tempo.
Or the slow notes.
No, now I'm not feeling any of these notes coming up.
I thought you meant like,
Could you try something else? The theme of the third movement, when you get to the repeated G's.
Yeah.
Could you make a could you really try just once just to see how this sounds of really holding back on those G's? See the way I hear you play it is
Yeah.
Could you try really going the opposite direction?
Sure.
Just hold back way more and make each of them Yeah. Can you try from the beginning? Make the second G louder. See, you go yum, make ba every time.
Trumpets of fate.
Yes, they're coming in on your too.
Richie, you make it a cello. It's almost as if you're playing ya-da-da-da, or ya-ba-ba, and with a little crescendo, does all the thing that I object to. Nothing more.
Richie, have you tried working through this with a metronome? You should, surely. I mean, that would be a start towards iron out this sort of erratic rhythmic quality you have. It tends to accelerate all the time. The minute the dynamics go up, you're accelerating. That would help, sure.
One other suggestion. Would you just sing that for me, Rich?
I can't say.
Sing Tyrium bum bum ba. Tyrium bum bum.
How you
Doesn't have
like
to be any notes. Just
Sing the rhythm.
the articulation. Come on.
I can't do that.
Sure you can. Sure you can.
Can I
This
just try to-
this sounds pretty silly, but I'm convinced that one can't play until one can mouth, until one can sing. And then you can do it. Then you can do it, because
maybe
that is
I-
your great teacher. And you just did a yum bum bum bum. Would you sing the la 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 or ya 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 ya? There. Damn it, play that. Sing it again. Sing it again. What you just did.
I can't sing.
Is that how you like it?
Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this. Do you
No, don't-
object to this tempo?
No,
No, it's fine.
It's fine. Just do the.
But bring it in on one.
I don't know why I think innuendo.
I think I found what this whole scene is. It's called musicology. right, the next thing is going wild. Whatever works, whatever works.
Yeah, I don't know, I guess I was underplaying these things.
No, they were out of control. It wasn't that you weren't playing strong G's there. They were just making crescendos and explosions of tempo. See, energy goes through them. And in a sense, my curiosity would be if Richie would watch, and not watch so much, but listen to the recording that was made and see if he would object to it if he heard it. You see, that's terribly important. In other words, I don't think you're aware of all those spurts. I'm honestly convinced of that. If you heard them, you wouldn't do them or wouldn't want them anyway. All right. What?
Well, just kind of on the same subject, I'm
Don't start a new one, please.
no, I'm not. I'm someone who tends to be guilty of rushing some, sometimes even a lot. And I sometimes find for a place like that, if I can shift the way I'm thinking, so that for instance, maybe you're feeling the first few bars in one, dum, be dum, and then feel the yat da da das in three, so that you feel somehow the resistance of each beat, rather than just feeling the very easy one little bar.
Or even listen to the 6 in the left hand. But I think it's the left hand actually, because it's sort of slightly awkward with the thirds that's rushing it a bit.
Yeah, I'm moving
One's
it.
sort of pushing
Yeah,
it
that's
through
what
the
happens.
range.
Another suggestion, have you ever thought of those little slurs in terms of articulation? Meaning to lift the note that's at the end of the slur, the second quarter in each bar. D-yo, ah-yo, D-yo, ah. Off. Yeah. No, no. You see, for me, the extraordinary event is the syncopation, is that suspension. That's what's very unsettling. T-O. And what it implies is a drop and maybe a lift to the end of the slur, meaning on the second drop. Off. Now more on that, on the third.
Almost like you're doing.
No, you're connecting the other. No, you're connecting the other way. I would think of it 3-1-2, 3-1-2, 3-1-2, 3-1-2. That's right. And the left hand gives it stability. You're accenting the second beat instead of dropping. That's it. More now. That's it. Then smooth. No, then smooth because that's all slurred. Right.
Okay,
Think about that.
yeah, I will. That's,
Dropping the note that's the end of the slur a little bit.
so it's monotone like, right, basically?
No, it's more expressive. You were playing it monotone.
No, I was playing it.
Yes, yeah,
That's it. I
yes.
mean, now it's monotone.
Right. There's more and more dynamic differentiation. That I think is an extraordinary element of that
Okay, yeah, that
too. And then when you come after, do you want to do diminuendos when you have bum bum
Tend to do that.
bum bum bum? It's outrage,
Yeah,
furious, donna
I
ana.
innuendo, no.
You've been violated. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum.
Yeah, I should have done that.
And then take as much time, I would think, with the T. And throw that away.
Oh,
On a time, then throw away. That's right.
yeah. Wait a minute. Time there, and then tempo, no, or no?
Not time there. Yeah. You see, structurally, I think the drama is in the T. This is a formality now. The cadence is a pure formality. But you can throw it away. Don't give it importance.
Right.
So there's structural expression, not just notes.
I know that wasn't very, yeah.
The way the heart soars when the variant comes the second time. After deep on high, wow. Yeah, that's not ornamentation. That's experience.
Reaching out, as we call it.
Yeah, that was great.
Well, thank you very much.